Good morning. I want to welcome everyone to Belmont. What a beautiful day. We have guests here that I know that Greg will probably introduce more appropriately, but Dr. Adrian Battle, thank you for being here this morning for this exciting news with us. Let me start opening with a brief prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful for another wonderful day in the life of Belmont University. You have blessed this university in so many ways. The growth of this beautiful campus, committed leadership, talented faculty and staff, and our students who are here to gain wisdom and develop character and values. For all of this, we are grateful. We're thankful for today's announcement that will transform the lives of young men and women in our community. Continue to guide us in all that we do. In Christ's name, amen. So just a few comments before I turn it over to Dr. Jones. So a little bit of background about why my wife Denise and I support Bridges to Belmont. So many of you in this room know, but many of you do not, that I was born here in Nashville, raised in Nashville, and attended Nashville Public Schools, both Englewood Elementary School, and then I'm so old that Stratford was both a junior high and a high school back in those days, so I attended Stratford Junior High and in high school. And so I was raised by a single mother. I lost my father when I was a very young child. And we were challenged from a resource standpoint. No one in my family, my immediate family, had ever attended college, so I really didn't think much about going to college until I graduated from Stratford. And my mother encouraged me, education, education, education. So after being able to write a check from my first semester at Belmont, I gained an I wish athletic, it was academic, academic scholarship that paid my way through Belmont until through my graduation. So it transformed my life. The number and the doors of opportunities that opened for me as a result of having my college degree was something I couldn't ever imagine. So it transformed my life, my family's life, and for that we are incredibly thankful. And so when the Bridges program first came up, I saw an incredible opportunity and took advantage of it. And I've gotten so much more out of the Bridges program than I've ever put into it from meeting these young men and women here at Belmont. As you're going to hear from a Bridges student in a minute, and my involvement is just not financial, but I've put my time into it. Denise and I put our time into it as well. We have an ice cream social here on campus and invite all the students to come to get to know each other. And we tell the seniors to watch out and take care of the freshmen and get to know these students and which high schools they're from. And then the graduating classes, we have a dinner. And I ask each student that graduates to stand up and tell us what they're going to do next in their life. It's incredible, the stories I've heard. Students, young man going to China to teach kids English. Young woman going to Broadway to try to make her career in music. Students going to law school, students going to medical school. And it's just incredible to see these young people come in as freshmen and then to see them transform by senior year. So it's an incredible program, and I'm just so happy about today's announcement to expand this program. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Greg Jones.
Thank you, Milton. It's a great joy to be with you this morning and to be able to provide this announcement. I want to first say thank you to Milton and Denise because their generosity has made so much of this program possible, and their vision for it. I was telling Adrian that when I met Milton for the first time, it was almost the first thing he and I started talking about was the Bridges to Belmont program and what that's meant to Belmont, what it means to Nashville, and their commitment. My wife, Susan, who's here this morning, is a first-generation college student as well. And so this access to higher education has been a really important theme for her and also for me now through her over the course of our life. Was able to visit with Dr. Battle on my first day as president. Wanted to be out in the community and engage important community partners, and we had a wonderful conversation. One of the things she said was, wouldn't it be terrific if we could expand the Bridges to Belmont program? And I said, that would indeed. And little did I know that she was also going to speak with appreciation at Rotary when I went to my first Rotary meeting a couple weeks later about the ties between MNPS and Belmont, including the University U program that we launched as a pilot this past summer. And out of those conversations and the kind of importance of a commitment, we've been talking about Belmont as Nashville's university for a long time. And as I became president, 2 of the 5 ways of being we've been talking about, in addition to being hope-inspiring and character-forming and future-shaping, we also emphasize 2 other themes: community engaging and bridge building. All 5 of these ways of being that we're talking about at Belmont are exemplified in the Bridges to Belmont program, and especially that sense of community engaging and bridge building relationships. We're thrilled with what the Bridges to Belmont program has meant to this community, both at Belmont and Nashville over the last 8 years, and we're excited now to be announcing a significant expansion of the program from the 4 original high schools to 6 additional high schools, and increasing the number of students to 50 students a year that will be coming to Belmont. We're really thrilled to be announcing that today. As Milton has already indicated, the impact of the Bridges to Belmont program on us here at Belmont has been extraordinary. To see the students who come, who are flourishing here and then going on to do amazing things. The grade point average of the Bridges students that we've had here has been around 3.4, which is pretty extraordinary for them coming to Belmont, and then the growth and the continued excitement from that beyond. We believe that this is an important way to signal our commitment, not only for their arrival here and then their success. In addition to the increase in the number of high schools and the number of students, we're also committing at Belmont to an enhanced focus on helping people succeed while they're students and to plan for their future. And so we'll be enhancing a student success initiative that will increase staffing support at Belmont to help ensure not only these students who are part of Bridges to Belmont, all of our students have an enhanced sense of what it means to be focused as students at Belmont and then to leave Belmont and to succeed. What I tell people is the real test of a Belmont education is not just the degree you get the day you graduate, it's the kind of person you become in the years after you graduate, the skills you have, the mindsets you have, the virtues and character that you have. Bridges to Belmont has been an extraordinary gift to Belmont, and we're thrilled to now be expanding that initiative as we go forward. We wanted to have this press conference here because if you look just outside this window, you see the city of Nashville. And that's important of the kind of relationship that we have with Metro Nashville Public Schools, that it's not just a transactional relationship, it's an intrinsic relationship where we're better for the relationship with Metro Nashville Public Schools, and we hope Metro Nashville Public Schools are enhanced by their relationship with us. And we want to deepen and extend that relationship going forward, and that's why this announcement today is so important for us at Belmont, and we hope for Metro Nashville as well as the broader city of Nashville. This is an exciting time for all of us, and as Milton said, we hope and trust it will benefit young men and young women for many, many years to come. We're just thrilled to have this opportunity and this relationship. With that, let me introduce my friend and colleague, Dr. Adrian Battle, to come to the podium.
Well, not a lot more for me to say. I hope you feel the excitement and the commitment here. Again, thank you to Milton, thank you to Greg, President Jones, for your unwavering commitment. It is true, on day one, I had the pleasure and honor of sitting down with President Jones and really talking about the partnership with Metro Nashville Public Schools and the commitment to Nashville and definitely our young people. So thank you again, President Jones. Again, so much of this incredible generosity that continue to define Belmont's role in our community. As you mentioned, I spoke at Rotary about the partnership with Belmont, the commitment from Dr. Fisher, and Dr. Jones has picked right up and has been so committed to expanding bridges to Belmont to even more of our students, and for that, we're extremely grateful. The launching of University U over the summer has just played a tremendous role in our young people's lives as they prepare for their college and career opportunities. I also want to thank Milton and Denise Johnson for everything you've done to make Bridges to Belmont possible over the years. We appreciate your commitment to Nashville, to Metro Nashville Public Schools, and the great things to come. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge Board Member Abigail Tyler, who is in the back. Thank you for your continued advocacy and commitment to MNPS, our students, and our staff to make sure that we're preparing our young people for this great experience here on Belmont's campus. The commitment you all have made to our young people and their futures is astonishing, but it's not surprising. While we don't take your support for granted, we've known for a long time how much Belmont cares about our students and their success. In fact, when Bridges to Belmont kicked off, I was a fellow principal in Metro Nashville Public Schools, and I was on the other side of town going, oh my gosh, how can we be a part of that too? So very thankful, and I'm so proud to be standing in front of you today as a director of schools, being able to announce such an expansion. Bridges to Belmont is a perfect name for this program, which connects MNPS students to this excellent university and everything it has to offer. But it also connects them to a world beyond this campus and shows them what's possible out there. You are creating access for students who might not have it otherwise. You are creating pathways to careers, pathways to bright futures, and pathways to success. And to hear those GPAs and those plans for our young people after they graduate from Belmont is so inspiring. And it's what we know about our MNPS students and our youth here in Nashville. They have aspirations, they have talents, and it's our responsibility to support them and give them what they need to succeed. That means our goals are aligned. We're aligned with one another, which is a sign of a strong partnership. That means a lot to MNPS. We work hard every day to make sure each of our students is known, cared for, and on a path to success. Bridges to Belmont lights that path even more brightly, and so does University U, which Belmont launched again over the summer to provide a full-time college learning experience for some of our students who need that exposure that pushes them towards college and who will be the first in their families to attend college. University U was a big success, and again, we're excited about the work already happening to continue to expand this opportunity to more students. The conversations that President Jones and I have had is about really creating a portfolio of experiences that do lead them to that success that he mentioned. When I told our high school executive principals this news about Bridges to Belmont the other day, they couldn't contain themselves, and they're here to hold me accountable for what I share. They knew this was going to be a big deal. They knew that this opportunity represents another possibility for their students. It's another door opening for their young people. And our principals also know how well the previous Bridges to Belmont recipients from 4 of our other high schools have done here. They know the students who earn this opportunity tend to walk right through the door and make the most of it. As educators, all of us in this opportunity business, and Bridges to Belmont is a big opportunity. Now I'd like to introduce each of our principals of our new Bridges to Belmont schools to you. If you could, principals, just kind of wave your hand so we can recognize you. Clint Wilson of Glencliff High School. Schuler Pelham of Hillsborough High School. Stephen Schaefer at Hillwood High School. Susan Kessler of Hunters Lane High School. Angela Bailey of McGavick High School. And Jill Pittman of Overton High School. Now, I would be remiss if I did not also acknowledge our 4 principals representing our previous cohort who really paved the way for this expansion, who are also here with us this morning. 2 of them are here with us this morning. Sonia Brooks of Maplewood High School. Michael Still of Stratford High School. And I also want to acknowledge Brian Mills of Whites Creek High School. And not able to be with us this morning, Miriam Harrington of Pearl Cone High School. Again, this is an extremely strong group of leaders who are looking forward to working more closely with Belmont in the years ahead and sending a lot of great young people right here in this direction. Again, we're so grateful to President Jones, Milton and his wife, and Belmont for this partnership and what it means for our students. And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of our fabulous high school principals who is joining this new cohort, Mr. Clint Wilson, to share a few words with regards to his perspective on Bridges to Belmont and what it will do for our young people. Thank you.
What Dr. Battle didn't say is after our meeting Tuesday, she calls me. And I answer very stoically. And then after about 5 seconds, I break down. And tears are flowing. I don't know if I'll keep them in or not. First, thank you, Dr. Jones, Dr. Battle, for this opportunity for our students. Thank you for letting me and giving me the honor to represent my peers that work so hard every day for our kids. During my 11 years at Glencliff, we've had thousands of students walk our hallways. Many of those students, Ruby became a teacher, Omar's in medical school, Damari, who's an architect, Malcolm, who's a business owner. They had those bridges that connected them to college, career, and life after they graduated. But for many of them, their path was broken. There was no clear path to those same options. They didn't have the opportunity to go to colleges and universities for in-state tuition. Many of them had financial issues that stopped them from pursuing their dreams, or they had immigration issues that stopped them. Yet, they've all had a dream. This really hit me in 2016 when the DREAM Act was looking at coming to Tennessee and was voted on. And I got to meet some of my students really firsthand and hear their stories. Daniela, who's a future teacher enrolled in college, said, "My mom risked her whole life to get us here. I don't want to disappoint her." Kaylee added, "Being a doctor back home is like being a president." She didn't become a doctor because she was a little squeamish, learning about it through our academies. Decided to become a teacher so that she could impact future generations. Then there was Melvin. Melvin wanted nothing more in the world than to become a doctor. Before he came here, he lost his younger brother to cancer in Honduras. He came here with the hopes of becoming a doctor. He graduated from high school with a 4.0, but he did not have opportunities. He didn't qualify for many of the opportunities that graduates do from Tennessee. And today, he's not getting to pursue his dream. His dream was to eradicate pediatric cancer. So my question is, how many diseases could have been cured by kids that didn't have an opportunity? So for many years, my goal has been to give those kids that dream. And Dr. Battle and I have had these conversations. I get very passionate about it. And now I know that some of their dreams are becoming a reality. That the cliffs that they had in front of them now have a bridge to a better future. The hurdles that stop them are no longer there. They can pursue their dreams just as every other student that has walked the halls of Belmont University. While this university has been in their backyard, many of them can see, drive by, it's been without of reach. No more. The opportunity has been opened from 4 schools to 10. Many more of our students are going to have an opportunity that they never even imagined. So thank you for realizing the potential of our students. They, like Daniela stated, they will not let us down. Today, the vision of Glencliff High School is coming to fruition. The vision that I have for my students is that I can provide them a better tomorrow than today by making sure every student is known. I truly believe that with Bridges to Belmont, every student is becoming known. Every student has a potential that they might not have had yesterday. Now my hope is that this is one bridge of many for the many students of Metro Nashville Public Schools. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Wish we had the time to listen to all the principals talk about their passion for their students. It's so inspiring and heartening. Thank you for representing your colleagues as well so beautifully. Susan, my wife and I had a chance this summer to meet with some of the Bridges to Belmont students, and we were so inspired and encouraged to see what's happening, and we wanted to have one of those students speak this morning. And so it's my pleasure to introduce someone who is now looking toward a bridge beyond Belmont, as she is a senior and just flourishing. And so we're delighted to have Antandra Maupin come to speak to us this morning. Antandra?
Good morning. I'm just here. I'm just here to talk a little about today about my experience. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for coming. This is so exciting to me. If you know anything about me, which some of y'all do in here, because I know a lot of people in here, I consider myself to be the face of Belmont, and that's because. And that's because of how much I love Belmont, how much I am involved, how much I do. The fact that I'm standing here today to talk about bridges is just so important to me. I love Belmont. My mom is here. She could probably tell you I do not go home like I should. I am always here. This Saturday is preview day. I'm going to be here all day. And so I just am thankful to Mr. Milton and Denise and Dr. Greg and my high school, Whites Creek, for getting me here and having the leadership roles that I have on campus. I am involved in over 10 organizations. I'm vice president of 2 and president of 3. And and I'm a senior, which is kind of sad because this is happening when I'm leaving. However, I would love to come back and be hired. But I do love Belmont, and I'm so glad that these 6 extra schools are going to get to have the experience that I have. The community that Belmont has given me is absurd. My father just passed away about a month ago, and the amount of emails, the amount of cards, the amount of calls I got, hey, where are you? Are you okay? We're looking for you, was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I don't know any other college that's doing that. I don't know anybody else that's looking for me personally. Are you okay? And it's not just, even though that happened, it's not just that. It's exams, it's whatever. Hey, mental health check-in. Are you okay today? Mountain Times KE's mailed me, hey, take a break, because they know I work hard. Hey, come see us in the office. We just want to lay eyes on you. So please, I want y'all to know y'all kids are in good hands. They are going to be okay. I know it's a lot, especially being a first generational college student. We don't want to let our parents down. We don't want to let our mentors down. We don't want to let everybody who's looking on us down. But I promise you, they're going to be okay. They're going to have people who are there for them, who care about them, who are going to nurse them, and who maybe one day will be like me and get up to stand here and say, hey, we taking every school in Nashville. And just be able to support us and inspire us the way we get that in high school. It still carries on into college. I just want to say I hope that the love and the support that I get from Bridges currently continues to grow and is substantial. I hope there's 10 of me and not just one of me here today. I hope there's so many students that go out and do all kinds of things. I hope there are teachers, there are principals, there's doctors, there's physicians, there's janitors if they want to be. Just so many people that get that opportunity to go out and do better, because I get this opportunity. When I leave here in May, it's not going to be I'm just going out to do whatever. I got inspirations, I have goals, and that's because Belmont has inspired me to do so much. The fact that I get to stand here today and talk to you all is one of the most proudest things that I could be of, because I love Bridges so much, because Bridges pours into me every day. And I just want to say thank you all for coming. Thank you to the schools. I'm so excited to get to know all of you. Thank you to my schools that are already here. And I just hope that this program continues to be the heart of Belmont, continues to be the heart of leaders, and continues to be everything that I've always wanted it to be and everything that it's always going to be. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Antandra. You have a future in public speaking if you haven't figured out other options. Thank you so much. It's really inspiring to hear you speak and to hear what this program has meant to you. Dr. Battle, you said that that we're in the present and future investment business, and there's an example. I would say she has a very bright future, but she has an even brighter present. It's just amazing, and so thank you. We're thrilled to be announcing this expansion today, the partnership with MNPS, with you, Dr. Battle, with the principals who are here in the schools. And we want everyone to know this isn't just the last step. This is the first step in continuing to build more and more bridges to help more and more students to flourish. It's part of our aspirational vision for 2030 that we want to be the leading Christ-centered university in the world. And part of one of those three aims as a part of that is to help all of God's children flourish. And that begins here in Nashville. And that means investing in the young people in this community. And we're thrilled to be expanding at this point. And we look forward to future ways to deepen and expand our relationships so that young people will be able to see the incredibly bright future that Antandra represents. We're delighted to be making this announcement today. And we look forward to even more announcements, deeper relationships, and greater opportunities ahead. Thank you very much for coming.